There are falsehoods that are making the poor and middle class even more disadvantaged. My perspective changed drastically when I realized that each fallacy we were told about money is what prevents us and distances us from prosperity in life. If you have been following common financial advice and feel stagnant, it is not because you are incompetent with finances, not because you lack savvy, or because you haven't tried hard enough. It is because of all these lies about money that have been instilled in you since childhood, influencing your financial decisions and undermining your chances of achieving true financial independence. Like me, Rich Dad, I not only learned about financial intelligence, I also learned to identify lies and not be deceived about how to truly achieve that lasting wealth that everyone desires. I have been broke and hopeless, but today I can affirm that I have achieved happiness, comfort, and most importantly, financial freedom. And I accomplished all this because I discovered in time the 8 lies about money that the elite, corrupt governments, schools, and dishonest bankers want us to believe to keep most people in poverty. Unfortunately, these falsehoods about money have been instilled in us since childhood. These ideas deprive us of the independence to think for ourselves, limiting our ability to question and seek alternatives for our economic situation. This deprives us of thinking like an entrepreneur, an innovator, an investor, and even worse, it teaches us to be dependent. Now is the time to start thinking for yourself. Don't be deceived by these 8 lies about money. Lie about money number 1. Job security is crucial. You need a job. When I was young, my poor dad told me that I needed to study in school to get a good job. So, having a good job was the most important thing in life. My poor dad worked hard at every job he had, but never managed to achieve success. His job was one of the things that prevented him from achieving prosperity. My rich dad, on the other hand, never had a conventional job, and he was rich and successful. He understood that the idea of having a job to be rich was a fallacy. Instead of getting a job, he created jobs. Instead of working for someone else, he worked for himself. Instead of paying large taxes, he used tax legislation to his advantage to get rich. My poor dad, like most people, was conditioned and taught to be an employee from the day he was born. My rich dad moved away from that thinking and became an entrepreneur. He made his money work for him. He was on the side of the rich. But how do you get there? The first answer is simple, and you are doing it right now. Increasing your financial education, seeking knowledge that is not taught in traditional schools. If you start thinking like an entrepreneur instead of an employee, when you do that, you get out of the rat race and realize that everything you were taught about getting a job and succeeding in life was a lie. You finally realize that there is another way that really works, while at the same time giving you a better quality of life. This is the secret that the rich do not want you to know. Lie about money number 2. The secret to success is hard work. My poor dad worked hard all his life. He went to school because he was told to and was taught that the right thing to do was to work hard. Still, he struggled financially all his life, and this often made him unhappy. My rich dad used to say that instead of working hard, I should work smart. Working like this is not about making others work for you, but making money work for you and not the other way around. Instead of working hard for money, you should be working hard but smartly, making money work for you. That is what the rich do. As the bus driver said, take advantage of what you know, not what you have. Lie about money number 3. All debts are bad. The rich have debts, and usually not a few, but they don't just have debts. What they have are assets that cover the impressive loans they take. In other words, the rich not only have debts, but also use them to get richer. The difference between the rich and the poor when looking at debts is that both understand them differently. The rich can see and understand the reasons behind them. There are two types of debts: bad debts and good debts. Bad debts are those that make you poorer, like credit cards and loans that the poor usually use to buy cars, among other liabilities. Good debt is the kind of debt that makes you richer, like loans for investment or buying equipment for your business that will give you returns. This is the type of loan used to buy assets. A simple example of good debt is my ownership of real estate assets. With a bank loan, I can buy a property by putting only a small percentage out of my pocket. Then I rent the property, and with that, I pay off my loan, while the loan itself puts money in my pocket. What people don't know is that you can get loans that pay for themselves, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and financial prosperity. Lie about money number 4. The government will take care of you when you retire. People love to believe this lie. Some people think that if their country has a lot of money in its coffers, the government will take care of them, or they believe that the government will pay because they have spent their whole lives contributing to their retirement or social security. Unfortunately, these people are terribly wrong. Don't believe this lie about money. The government cannot take care of you. Only you can do that. Whenever someone tells me they are too old to change, I tell the story of Colonel Sanders and his chicken recipe. At 65, he founded KFC after realizing that his social security check wouldn't keep him financially alive. He changed his mindset and changed his life, proving that it's never too late to reevaluate your beliefs and take control of your own financial security. Lie about money number 5. Money is not that important. The truth is that money is not everything, but it is unquestionably important. There is an old saying that money doesn't buy happiness, but I can tell you that this saying is scientifically wrong. Money has brought me happiness in many different ways, including subjective responses, mental health, and individual economic behavior. Money brings peace of mind and makes you happier. In other words, for better or for worse, our understanding of money often shapes our lives. Our understanding of money is something that is passed on to us from a young age, and being very young, we understand money without a critical eye and waste it unpredictably. Because of this, money often governs us in ways we cannot understand because we don't really understand what money is and how it works. Understanding the true value of money and its importance can radically transform how we live and pursue our goals. Lie about money number 6. Money is the root of all evil. The idea that money is not important stems from a belief that treats misery as normal. Those who don't have money are the ones who say this the most. Tragically, my poor dad wasn't very happy in his final days. It's not that money could have fixed everything, but I am quite convinced that if he had been better off financially, he would have been happier. My rich dad had a different perspective on money. He thought it was foolish to spend life working for money and pretending that money wasn't important. My rich dad believed that life was more important than money, but he also believed that money was important to sustain life. So, how do you see money? Is it evil, or is it a tool to help you do what is important to you and achieve your dreams? How you answer this question means everything because it defines your relationship with wealth and the opportunities it can provide. Lie about money number 7. The rich are greedy. Although wealth can, in some circumstances, lead to corruption and greedy attitudes, it is important to repeat, money is just a tool. Wealth is often the reward for working and investing intelligently and strategically, just as the physical fitness of a marathon runner is the reward for disciplined and dedicated exercise. Therefore, associating wealth exclusively with greed is a simplistic and often unfair view. Many wealthy people use their money for noble causes, philanthropy, and to create opportunities that benefit society as a whole. The issue is not wealth itself, but how it is used. Lie about money number 8. Having a higher education is essential for success. When I was young, my poor dad always told me that the best way to succeed in life was to study in school and get a diploma. He firmly believed that this was the best and safest way to get a good job and consequently a stable future. The problem was that my dad, despite being a poor man, was one of the most educated people I knew. But he was always complaining about the lack of money and how unhappy he was with his job. He followed the traditional path, but it did not bring him the desired prosperity. On the other hand, my rich dad did not have any university degree, but he was very wealthy. He taught me that school usually teaches you to be an employee. If your desire is to be prosperous and financially independent, don't rely solely on school for that. This doesn't mean that education is not important. The basic education you receive in mandatory schooling is essential for developing fundamental skills and critical thinking. It is particularly important if you want to pursue careers that require specific training, such as a teacher, lawyer, or doctor. In these cases, university is indispensable. However, you will not learn about financial management and entrepreneurship in traditional education, especially in educational systems that do not prioritize teaching about personal finance and economic independence. Conventional education often prepares students to be employees rather than their own bosses. School focuses on forming workers instead of innovators. In fact, school often does not address how to keep the poor in poverty, perpetuating a cycle of financial lack of opportunities. Financial education for the underprivileged is extremely relevant and necessary. The real question is, what kind of education will prepare you for a prosperous future? These are the questions you need to reflect on deeply. The lies about money. The lies about money are ways for the rich to stay rich and ensure the poor remain poor. If you have confidence in yourself, you will stop believing all these lies. I challenge you to dream big. The bigger your dream, the more motivated you will be to achieve what is necessary to realize it. Small dreams may be easier to achieve, but they also lead to mediocrity and unexplored potential. Dreaming big opens doors to extraordinary opportunities and significant achievements. The importance of imagination. Now, about imagination. Imagine being able to wear whatever you want, drive the car you desire, travel wherever you want, wake up whenever you like, eat anywhere without worrying about the price, or even provide a comfortable life for your family as they truly deserve. All this becomes possible when you change your view about money and start to venture. If you've made it this far, it shows how dedicated you are. So, let me know that you watched the entire video. Comment, "I am a rich and prosperous person." When I see this comment, I will know that you are already more than a winner. From the moment you implement these strategies, you will see your life start to change and your success manifest. Before we go, don't forget to spread positivity, leave your like on this video, and share it with someone. Stay with God and see you soon.